Hi there, everyone. Nice to see you. We are live here today on Facebook and YouTube to answer all your questions about OET. So, hello, hi, Ratie, hi, hey, Jazz, nice to see you. So, we are doing questions. So, please let me know, do you have any questions about OET? Please pop them in the comments and I will answer as many as I can in this half an hour. Say hi where you are. Anyone taking the exam this Saturday or soon? It doesn't matter if you're not booked for an exam. Always good to ask questions about how to use your preparation time to the best effect. So let me know your questions in the comments on whatever platform you're on. And I will answer the questions. Okay, so we have a question here about listening. So time of the instructions for part A listening. Is it okay to read the text or we have to stay on the same page of instructions? Use what the invigilator says. So when they say you can open the booklet, you open the booklet. And if you've got the text in front of you, so the notes, you can start reading whenever you want. So the audio will say, in this part, you will hear a consultation between blah, 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 blah. And then it will give you the context and it will read the context for you. But you can start reading the notes before if it's on the page that you've been instructed to open. So that is fine there. Sundari, hello from Saudi Arabia. I updated you about my pass in UK score, Joe. That's great. Good to hear. We always love to hear about passes. That's fantastic. Okay. We've got a question about which exam date is more appropriate to book, the first or second. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what exam you take. There's no easier exam than other exams. They will all be different, so it really doesn't matter which exam you book. Okay, so I have a question here about reading C. Tips and tricks regarding reading part C, please. Good question. Reading part C is one of the most difficult parts. It's what many of my students find the most difficult. So in terms of strategies, this is what I recommend. So you have the text. I wouldn't read through the whole text first. I would just go straight to the first question. I mean, have a look at the title and what it's about, obviously to activate your brain, but then go straight to the first question. Read the question or question stem. Make sure you really understand what it's asking. Then go to the paragraph it's talking about. Read the paragraph, understand what the main idea of the paragraph is, what points are being made, and see if you can find the answer to the question, if it's a specific question. Then go through the options one by one. Which one is answering the question? So eliminate wrong answers as you go. Is it asking this? No. Yeah, you can do yes, no, maybe, and then come back to what you've got left. Okay. Make sure that all parts of the options answer the question, because if it says qualifying words such as all or none or can, things like this, really pay attention. Often, sometimes, make sure both parts of the options answer the question. Okay, in terms of preparation for reading part C, I mean, those are the strategies. You need to learn them and practice them, but you also need to develop your skills, because if you don't understand the language, it's going to be hard to understand the questions. So really develop your knowledge of language of opinion and attitude, formal linking expressions, because that can affect the meaning of a paragraph. So do that. Also practice reading quickly and practice understanding the meaning of a paragraph. So breaking it down into units of meaning. Okay, I have a question here. Do you have live dailies or not? We don't have live dailies on our Facebook and YouTube, but if you are a member of our Reach OETB program, we have 4 live lessons a week that you have access to. So please check out our website, Reach OETB. You have access to a live lesson 4 days a week. And then we have Chiamaka. How long does it take for OET results to be released following the examination? I'm not exactly sure. I think it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. Do check on the website. It normally says, the date of booking when those particular exam results are published. So it should say on the OET website what exam dates when the results are published. Okay. I have a question from Sonia Azad. Hi, Sonia. I need to know about the pattern of writing a nursing letter. So we have, there's no template that you can use, but there are a few things that are going to be the same in whatever letter you do. And this goes for nursing as well as medicine. So there's a few things that are going to be the same for all letters, and that is you're always going to have the recipient's address in the top left-hand corner of your letter. So you have the name, the job title if provided, the street name and number of the building, then you have the town, then you write the date, or you can write the date at the very top. Then you have dear whoever you're writing to, dear doctor, dear occupational therapist, or if the name's provided, then you would include the name, dear Mr. Smith, dear Dr. Smith. Then you have the reference, so that's just the patient's name and their age or date of birth. There's no need to write anything more, so you do a little RE with a colon, Jasmine Smith, age 59. And then you write the main body of your letter, followed by a little closing statement such as, if you require any further information, do not hesitate to contact me. And then yours sincerely, doctor, nurse, whatever your profession is. Now, in terms of the main body of the letter, we recommend to write between 3 and 5 paragraphs, but it really depends how you're going to organize the information as to how many paragraphs you write and how you organize those. So there's no set way to do this. It really depends on the information you decide to include. I will say this though, that the first paragraph should always contain the purpose, so that it's immediately clear and easy to find. So this would be including who you're writing about, what's the main medical issue and how are they connected to you, and what's the purpose of the letter, ongoing care, further assessment, things like that. So it could be something like, I am writing regarding Mrs. Smith, who was recently hospitalized for, hospitalized for a hip replacement. She's ready to be discharged and your ongoing care would be is appreciated, something like that. So maybe if it's community transfer letter, I'm writing regarding Mr. Smith, who has been visiting my clinic since 2015 for treatment of his diabetes. He's moving to live in your town and your ongoing management would be appreciated. So always use those things. I always recommend writing 2 sentences to make it clear. So name, how they're connected to you, including the main medical issue. And then the second sentence would be, what's the situation now? What do they need? So they're ready to be discharged, requiring ongoing care. They're being transferred, requiring further management. It really depends on the letter. In terms of the main body of the letter, after you've done the purpose paragraph, it really depends what you're including. Sometimes it might be relevant to structure it chronologically. Okay, so this is what happened on a mission, this is the current situation, these are the further needs. Or if it's perhaps an urgent transfer letter or admission letter, you might put the current state first, then relevant background, and then further needs. You also might like to do it thematically. So say, for example, you've got some physical needs and then some perhaps non-physical needs. You might talk about that. You might have a paragraph about perhaps wound care and then a paragraph about maybe physiotherapy, something like that. So if there are several different themes, you might like to split it thematically rather than chronologically. Okay. Question here from Sitali. Hi, Sitali. Do you skip a line after each paragraph in the writing subtest? I would say yes. This makes your paragraphs clear. Okay, so you write your paragraph, then leave a line, and then you do your next paragraph. That really, really makes it clear. Okay. Okay. Okay, hi, custom. We have a question watching from the Philippines. Videos are helping me prepare. Target month to take the exam is in December. Okay, great. You've got lots of time to prepare. So really do have a plan. So if you're not taking your exam until December or, 6 months time, that's quite a lot of time to prepare. So make sure you don't leave things to the last minute. Organize your time and be focused. You might want to take a different skill each week, a different aspect of each skill, things like that. So if you're not taking the exam in the next few weeks or months, do plan your time. And remember, it's not just about exam strategies, it's also about improving your skills. So for reading, practice reading. For speaking, practice speaking. But also don't neglect your grammar and vocabulary development. Try and work on that. You need to make sure that you're trying to improve your accuracy and range of language as well. So there you go. Okie dokie. A question from Ciliette. Hi, how do I get physically assessed by SLC team in writing during my 1 month subscription? It depends what subscription you have bought, but if you've bought the package Reach OETB Plus package, then you get 2 writing corrections included in that. And when you have completed them on our online platform, we get a note, we see that you've done it and we return it to you on that online platform. So the writing will get sent to you via the messaging service there. If you've bought just the practice test, then you get a live speaking as well, and you have to contact our admin team to arrange the speaking test for that. Okay, so we do have some packages available if anyone's interested. Practice test, which includes full marking of your writing and speaking, and of course reading and listening. And then our Reach OETB packages, which all include writing correction as well. Okay, a question about quality assurance checking for OET results. I'm afraid I'm not actually working for OET, so I can't answer those questions. You wrote on the 29th of April. I would say it probably takes a while for answers to come back because they're quite busy. I'm afraid you'd have to ask on their website there. Any specific sites to improve listening, please? Well, lots. Obviously, the OET official website, that's got some practice papers there. We've also got another question about that actually. What websites can help me improve my listening? Some practice listening tests and OET websites are so difficult to understand. So yes, but the OET websites, the ones where you have the official exams on that OET have checked, so they're the ones I think to use for exam practice. So if you're practicing implementing the strategies, I think that there's about 4 or 5 on there. So you could use one to get to know the exam, then go and do some skills work, and then use the other ones for practice once you've improved your listening. There are lots and lots of practice tests on YouTube from lots of different companies. If it's not OET official or an official premium preparation provider, then it can't be guaranteed for quality and standards. So do be careful about doing lots and lots of practice tests because they're not all of an OET standard. Okay, but you can improve your listening skills. So there's lots of things that you can do. So for listening A, you want to improve your ability to understand everyday language within a context of a consultation. So it would be patient-friendly language that the healthcare professional will use, and it's patient speak. What kind of language does the patient use? It's not medical terminology. So, you can watch videos of consultations, and some of these are available, for example, on YouTube. It's Doctors Behind Closed Doors. So practice listening to consultations there. They're not OET, but they're consultations, and they're a little bit faster than OET. So if you can understand those, then you can understand OET. So Doctors Behind Closed Doors, 24 hours in A&E is good for natural language, but also quite fast. Matthew Smith's YouTube channel. These are clinical skills assessment videos, trainee GP doctor role plays. This is always good to help practice your listening for consultations and develop your vocabulary. For listening B, you can look up training videos on YouTube. They're quite good. The NHS has lots of training videos there. And for listening C, listen to as many sort of podcasts and TED Med talks as possible, and really get used to listening to longer audios, and don't just listen and make notes. Make notes on the main ideas. You often are able to get the transcripts as well, but I recommend listening once or twice without the transcripts to train your ear first, and you can then go on and check with the transcripts afterwards. So my preferred podcast, TED Talks, TED Med Talks. So TED Talks on a medical topic or a healthcare topic. ABC News, I think that's ABC Health, that's an Australian one. So to get some different accents, BBC Health podcast. Not sure if you need to be in the UK to access that, but that's also a good one as well. Okay. All right. Any other questions you have? So a question about our package. How much are our packages? It depends what you are buying. If you check out our website, you should be able to see what's there. So if you go to Reach OETB Nursing or Reach OETB Medicine, there's lots of different plans that we have. So we have a basic plan, which is 60-hour self-study course, and you can pay that in 3 installments as well. You have a plus package, which includes writing corrections, and all of these have live lessons as well. And then you have our pro package, which includes one-to-one tuition, and then you have our premium package, which has one-to-one tuition but more hours there as well. So if you check out our website, it's specialistlanguagecourses.com. You can see what we've got available there. So you can do them as self-study, or you can do as in combination with a teacher. Okay. Any more questions? We've got some more questions. Can you share some more tips on to improve reading? Certainly. Read. Yeah, if you don't feel confident in reading, read as much as possible. So for reading A, you want to practice your scanning skills. Okay, so you can go to any text and scan for a high frequency word. Okay, you just want to practice finding things quickly. Yeah, practice your scanning, practice a few different ways, practice going left to right, up and down, or around like this. Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can scan. Use your finger or a pencil. So you scan for a high frequency word. I mean, the one that I can think of would be maybe, I don't know, however, or and, things like that. Or you can go to maybe the NHS website and scan specifically for body parts or numbers, things like that. Okay, or you can create your own questions, work with a partner, create your own scanning questions, or write down 3 questions you'd like to know about a specific medical condition you don't know about. Go to the NHS website and scan quickly for the answers. For reading B and C, it's a good idea to practice reading longer text, particularly for C. Practice reading and understanding main idea quickly. So read a paragraph and then quickly summarize it in 1 to 2 sentences. What is the main point here? What is the writer saying? You can also read through these texts and identify attitude for opinion. Language for opinion and attitude. Yeah. So, how do you know what the writer's opinion is? What phrases do they use? Are there any adjectives or nouns or adverbs that give you an indication as to how they're feeling? Websites for improving your general reading skills would be theconversation.com. That's a good one because it's about the same length as the OET. Guardian Health, these are slightly longer, but great language there. So these would be for improving your skills. You can also use, once you've done an OET exam practice paper, don't just put it aside. Make sure you go through and understand why you've got your answers wrong or right. Yeah, why are the other options incorrect? And then look at the text and analyze it for language afterwards. So analyze it for new vocabulary, analyze it for linking expressions, analyze it for language of attitude and opinion, break it down. What are the main ideas in each paragraph? Okay, you can also practice your referencing. Remember the questions in reading C, there's always going to be a question about a feature of cohesion, such as what does it in the second paragraph refer to? So you can practice this. Go and find some its or they or them in any text and try and work out what it's referring to. It's always going to be a noun that's said before the reference word. So before the it, before the they. Okay. Okay, and we've got a question from DJ. Hi. Do I copy the exact word in reading if I notice the word is spelled wrongly? Well, hopefully the word shouldn't be spelled wrongly in the official OET exam. But whatever it is, if you think it's spelled wrongly, just copy it exactly as it's written in the exam paper in reading A. Okay? Do not change the word in any way. Okay. We have another question from Sonia. Can you please explain regarding speaking main idea? What do you mean by speaking main idea? Like what you have to do, or specifically? There's lots of aspects to the speaking exam. It's really important that you do prepare for the speaking exam. So I don't know if any of you know what happens in the speaking exam, but you have 2 role plays. You have a warm-up session followed by 2 role plays. You take the role of the nurse or doctor, and the interlocutor plays the part of the patient. And you need to work through the tasks as best you can within the 5 minutes and find out information and give information to the patient. You do the majority of the talking. You do need to ask questions, listen to what the patient or carer is saying, explore their concerns, as well as working through the tasks. It doesn't matter if you don't finish within the 5 minutes, as long as you've approached each of the tasks in an appropriate way. Okay. Okie dokie. I have a question from Darshika. Hi, Darshika. What are the mistakes which reduce marks as wrong answers, such as spelling mistakes? For example, flickers versus fleckers. Can I get marks for this spelling mistake in listening part A? I would have to have a look at the exam paper for that particular example, but I think flecker and flicker does change. I mean, I don't know what flicker means, yeah, whereas flicker is quite specific. It's something flickering, it's like flashing. Minor spelling mistakes are allowed, so I think this is more things like if you've put a double vowel when there should only be one, for example. That would be allowed. Like really complicated words like osteopath or psychotherapist or I don't know, schizophrenia, if you had to write things like that and it was slightly spelled incorrectly, but the reader can still understand the word, then it's allowed. It's, think about it in a real world situation. If you're writing notes for a colleague, they can understand the word that you mean, then I think it would be accepted. If they, what is this word? Then I think it would not be accepted. Do be careful of singular and plurals because that can change the meaning. So, for example, imagine somebody has a lump in their breast versus lumps in their breasts. That's a very different thing. So please do make sure, pay attention to plurals. Okay. And then we have a question here from Laboni. Hi, Laboni. Can you give me some suggestions regarding reading part A? Because I'm not able to finish on time. This is a common thing. Reading A, you have no time to waste. You need to go. Yeah, it's really hard. The actual activities are not hard. It's the time limit that's hard. So you have 20 questions in 15 minutes. So, that's about 45 seconds per question. So the way to do it is don't read the text first. Have a quick look. Take no more than 1 minute. What kind of information is in each one? Yeah, is it information about the causes of something? Is it information about pain medication? Is there any information that stands out? Are there any headings or table headings that you can notice? Yeah, so have a quick glance at the four texts. What kind of information is presented in each one? Then do the matching task very quickly because you want to make sure you get those valuable points. You don't want to run out of time and then you've not done the matching task and, that's some 6, 7 easy points. So do the matching task first. It also better prepares you for what is about to come up. Do the matching task without looking, only check if you need to. So you can do the glancing and the matching task within about, I'd say, 4 minutes. Leaving you with about 11 minutes for the next final questions. And then you really need to go quickly. So take each question one by one. What information are you looking for? What keywords in the question will help you locate the answer? You can underline them if you want. And what text are you going to look in? Go to that text. Scan for those keywords or the answer that you're looking for. Make sure you copy it correctly. Move on to the next question. What information am I looking for? What words and phrases will help me find the answer? What text am I going to look in? Go to the text, scan for the answer, copy it over. Next. You've really got to go super fast, otherwise you won't have time. Okay. All right. Questions here again about listening A, spelling. If I write headache instead of headaches, will it be counted as right and listening part A? I'd have to listen to the exact one that you're talking about, but I said be careful about plurals because if someone's just got a headache one time compared to several headaches over a period of time, it could be a lot different, yeah? So I would say do be careful with spelling. I think if you're writing perhaps a double T where it should be one T, then that's not going to change the meaning, so it should be fine. Okay. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. I'll be back here the last Wednesday of next month, which I believe is, it's June. So I'll be back here on Wednesday, the 28th of June at 12 p.m. UK time. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, just drop a comment on our YouTube or Facebook page on one of our videos. We always try to get back to all the comments and questions that you have there. Okay. Good luck if you're taking the exam this week. And if you're not, get prepared. Plan your time. Stay focused. Don't try and do everything at once. And you'll hopefully achieve success in your exam. Take care, everybody. Lovely to see you here. Thanks for joining us. Bye.